but that, there are certain mental aspects to powerlifting. Like, you need to be someone who is like a creature of habit. You need to be someone who likes numbers, someone who is generally like, you have a lot of engineers in powerlifting. There's a reason for that. There is like a bias also, like, just towards this discipline, you know what I mean? You tend to do that discipline because your mind just works in a certain way, and it's like, it's a very repetitive sport. You have people that could be very strong, but that can't stick with it because it's like so repetitive. And so like, do that for years. I am very like that, so that's why I also have stuck with the sport. That's why I love the sport, etc. People that are also more mentally inclined to just, jump. Like, because when you have 300 under the bar, it's like there's a difference between thinking, oh, that could fuck me up, and the difference between thinking that and thinking, I get to fucking lift 300. Get to fucking lift it.
Yeah, that's true.
Fucking lift it.
So you think it takes a sort of different sort of person to compete at powerlifting level? Well, a good level in powerlifting, they have to be sort of...
To perform at higher levels.
Yeah.
To stick with it. Because you need to stick with this sport. This kind of sport, you need to stick with it to become better at it.
So what do you think separates you from, I don't want to say like an average level, but what do you think makes you not exceptional, but to compete at a high level? What sort of qualities about yourself do you think you have that allows you to compete at a world, European, British level?
I am psychotic sometimes about the way I prep stuff, but still thinking about it extremely healthily.
How so? Explain what you mean by psychotic.
Well, have you not met this man?
Well, no, I've I've met him for the amount of time we've been doing this. So
Alex, do you have stories about me or some shit like this?
No, I don't. It's just general behavior.
Okay. No, like general behavior and stuff. It's like...
very regimented, very, very routines. You sort of like just plan something out and then you just do it.
Yeah.
There's no ever thought from what I see from being your mate is. I don't ever see some...
sometimes I have flaws and stuff, but it's like I'm extremely routine based. I do the same things. I do the exact same things. Like, it's automatic. I don't even think about it. I think I've tracked on my fitness pal for the last 2 years with like very few exceptions, and I can count them almost on my fingers.
Wow.
The thing is like I don't even think about it. It's just so ingrained in my routine. It just happens. It's just part of my day.
Yeah, I think that's the sort of common thing that we sort of establish with successful people is just that like robotic mindset, just being able to execute just without thought, without wanting to do anything else, and without straying off your path. And I think that's a big thing people go wrong with these days is just, it gets to a point where you're like, oh, do I want to do this? And then they have to think about it. It's like, have you ever woke up out of bed and thought, oh, do I want to go to the gym? Because like I don't, but you meet people who are like that, and then like 9 times out of 10, they don't end up going at all. So I think if you have to think about something 90% of the time, you're not going to do it.
No, that's not true. I think if you're disciplined, you'll do it. I get up every morning and I don't want to go to the gym at 6 o'clock in the morning.
I'm about
fasted with no coffee.
I'm not about people who consider like, oh, should I? Oh, I'll go later. Do you know what I mean? Jocko said this as well. It's like his partner Echo. He said I'll go to the gym at 5 o'clock when it was like early in the morning.
Oh, just do it.
Just go.
Just do it.
Yeah. So do you think that is the key to success then?
I think the key is like doing it for years and years and years and years and years and years and years. The thing is like Max Guo, the guy I beat at national, the guy who came second. I was actually, to be fair, he stopped training a bit because of COVID, but then came back quick. But I basically was like 100 kilos under him when I started. But then I beat him by 57.5.
So really you gained 157.5 kilos, really?
I gained almost 200 kilos on my total in these 3 years. But the thing is, you need to keep at it. That's the thing.
Yeah.
You need to keep at it and just like keep pushing. And then you just like, someone start optimizing your stuff more. You start optimizing your diet. You start optimizing what you eat. You start optimizing your sleep. Something like I kind of struggle on generally, like especially right now with my disc.
Yeah.
But you start taking care of your sleep. You start taking care of the way you recover. You start taking care of your stress, because stress is something that can be bad for your performance.
Well, especially as a student. I mean, when I was a student too, I just found I just about had time to train. I hardly had time to think about, trying to optimize everything for my training because I just had so much to do. I don't understand how people do it. This is when I was talking about Dale Atwood, and how he manages to do his job and do that at the same time.
Probably not easy, but he does it anyway. Like the thing is, like
It's so difficult.
in the lead up to nationals, the 5 weeks when I was at 6 week outs mark, something like this, I was like battered by essays. I would go to the library every day until 4 a.m. I would come back home, then I would sleep. I would wake up at 11, then I would go to the gym, then I would go to the library, and the cycle again and again and again. It was for over a month.
Just rinse and repeat constantly, just going and going and going.
Because the thing is, like, I'm not going to think like, oh my gosh, like so much work to do. Like, oh my gosh, my gosh. I'm just like, okay.
I won't get you anywhere, will it? Just thinking about it.
Just by 1K per day, and that's it.
Yeah. That's the thing, see, and a lot of people don't have patience nowadays, I've noticed. You know, we live in such a